Welcome back to the Gridiron Report with David Wright. Well, there's not a ton good going on. So, if we're looking at today's game, no one cares whether we win or lost. Not many people, anyway. But, only. Okay, so let's start with the back. And there's enough of it. Number one, Julio No Good Jones collapsed. It was horrible. He folded like he was a sheet over and over again, leaving Jaden in the crossfires. So we only had 3 plays with Jaden, and they pulled him, and I don't blame them. My takeaway on that is I would imagine Adam is blowing up some phones, trying to make some moves. I would absolutely love to see him go in on Joey Porter Jr. Give up 2 number 2s, give up next year's number 2, give up the next year's number 2, 2026 and 2027. Bring him over here, give him a contract, and let's because we're going to talk more about the bad, but let's first off talk about 5 turnovers in 2 preseason games when we had 10 turnovers last year altogether. That's different, guys. And it's only going to get better because all our starters will be on the field. So it's going to get better. And the defense is looking completely lights out. We had some moments where we looked bad. We were allowing a lot of run up the middle. That's going to change. We didn't play nobody in the middle. They were all backups. So you won't see that with the starters. But also, will this spur more moves on our backup squad when this massive dump releases? So now that we've seen our center on both sides of the ball giving up all this run yard and pressure on our quarterbacks, how much movement will we see when this mass release of players after this next preseason game happens? That's going to be a very interesting point to watch. But I'm guessing Adam is on the phone. He's trying to make this happen. And give me just a second. Sorry. Um, I would imagine we need to find some help at center. This is the hard part. I do believe we'll be able to get some help at left guard in this massive dump of players. Um, but at center, I don't know if you're going to find what you need right now in that dump. But if we get lucky, we'll see a few veterans released and we can get some help in. And that could happen, depending on what the crop was like. You could definitely see that happening, and I imagine we will be ready to pounce. I would imagine Adam has everyone watching all squads ready to make a move in an instant. Um, Now, on offense, we didn't do nothing. You can't say Jaden looked good. You can't say he looked bad. He didn't have a chance to look like anything. He got sacked. The pressure was constantly in his face. He handed off the ball. That was the end of his day. And we watched, even with Sam Hartman in or whether it was AK, either way you were seeing pressure all night, constant, and it was coming up the middle in droves. Um, The, the line is the concern. As you can see, I put up there, Washington, we have a problem. We've left Houston. We're at Washington, we have a problem. And that is the line. Now, defense, like I said, they were all backups. We didn't have our big boys in at all. That will be a total different look when we get into week one. But on this offensive line, we've got to get better at center, and we've got to get more athletic at left guard. If we can do that over these next couple weeks, we're going to be just fine. We'll see how much Adam goes in on making some more moves. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty hard. You saw what we saw. He saw what we saw. So I don't even know what to say about the offense. Now, here's an interesting point, and that would be Robert Henry. We only saw him up until what, the beginning of the second quarter or something like that. Then he was taken out. Does that tell us that our running back room is Bill, Rashard White, Robert, Fat Man, and Robert Henry? Is that what we're looking at with the injuries we've had? Because undrafted free agent brought in, pulled before halftime, screams a lot more than any words that I'm hearing from coaches. Ain't going to tell you the story anyway right now. So what do y'all think? Do you think that's our room? Is that what we're seeing? A nudge towards we're going to go young across the board? Bill? Well, Rashard White is not exactly young, but he's not old. So Bill, Rashard White, Fat Man, and Robert Henry. I like it. I like it a lot. I think going with that, you kind of seal up that running back room for a few years with some really good talent. I really like our running back room. I think Rashard White can be very similar to Austin Eckler in the passing game. I believe Bill is headed for a 12 or 1,300 yard season if he stays healthy. I think Katron Allen, aka Fat Man, is going to be a really, really good short yardage back for us. He's going to get us a lot of touchdowns. He's going to get us a lot of first downs on short yardage. And Robert Henry, I believe, is an excellent pairing with Bill as far as your scat backs. I believe they're a nice pairing, and I believe the room is built for a long season of the NFL, which we can see is a lot of injuries. You got to survive them, get guys, have time to get guys back. You need a bench. And I believe that is a solid, solid room. Not great, but really good. And really good can take you really far in the NFL if it's a deep, really good. So I am excited to see when we hit the real games and our whole squad is actually on the field. I'm also really like to see what Adam is going to do. I give Adam a lot more grief than a lot of people. But I want to put out there one more time, man. He has kicked butt this year. He's knocked it out the park. He's done what we wanted him to do. And even where we're lacking at corner, I do believe there's another move to possibly be made. We shall see. I know this from what I've seen this year. Whether we get Joey Porter Jr. from the Steelers or not, we're going to be in the talks and we're going to be in the mix. And that's the best you can ask because you can't get everybody and you're not going to win them all. We went after the best center on the market. I'm glad we let that go even at this point. I say that, but right now I wouldn't be mad at all if we had Tyler Linderbaum and spent way too much money because that's our major weakness. But I'm glad at the time, and I'll stick with it because that's what I said and it's what I meant. It was too much to pay to a center. So we'll work this out. I am alarmed by the line, especially that center position and that left guard. But I do know we have $40 million that we can spend. We have all our draft picks. We could bring in more help with Joey Porter Jr. if he's actually available. We could still pick up a center and a guard, either through trade somehow, or we could also go and pick them up in this release, whether it would be a younger guy release for depth, or maybe a couple veterans get dropped and we go grab them. Overall, there wasn't a ton to take away from this game except for we are turning the ball over and we're doing it a lot. We're aggressive, we're confusing. Let's go over Styles. He did look somewhat lost, along with our other rookie, Joseph messed up his name really good, but anyway, they both got caught staring at the running back. It happens. It's the second preseason for rookies. Guys, dial it back. There's a lot of overreaction to preseason and rookies that are just trying to get the speed of the game right now. So let's just give them time. They'll be back in next week. This is going to be okay. And we have a very deep room all the way around. And this is going to be okay, and then some. So let's just not sound like catty little girls at a sleepover talking about Sonny Styles and oh, he looked lost in that play and there was them 8 plays last week. Can we take a breath? Take a step back. Give the rookie a minute to get the speed of the game. Also, he is playing with mostly backups when he's in there, and that does make a difference. When Lubu's in with him and he's the green dot and he's pairing people up and telling them what to do, Sonny will start to play looser, and things like Joseph's and Styles looking at the same player, they'll get in cohesion. So one's addressing here and one's watching the quarterback. Watching him go 40 yards, that's crazy. But it happens. Everyone got caught into that play, and if you're acting like you didn't, you're not being honest to yourself. So, look, this was telling on a few notes. One, some work needs to be done to our offensive line. We already knew that. We got some really strong runners in Katron Allen and Robert Henry, which can complete a really good running back run. We saw our new quarterback, AK, very, very competent, strong arm, made quick decisions, didn't put the ball in harm's way. Love what I'm seeing from him. He's going to be Jaden's backup. You can see it coming. Sam Hartman, other than a couple plays with Sam Hartman, you can't ask for more. I mean, that's what happens when you got a model playing quarterback. Let's stop this. We can stop the experiment of, and why don't we try a long field goal? Can we kick a long field goal? Please, can we do it the next game? It doesn't matter near as much. Can we please put the ball through the air at 60 yards or further? Just once. Just one time, can we see our new kicker that apparently we have decided he's the guy? Can we see him take a shot at a 60, 63-yarder? It's not so dire that he has to hit it. Can we see it? Can we see the leg power on TV? Can we make this happen? Damn. Suck it up, Buttercup. Let's make this happen, okay? So, the defense looks like opportunist, and we've been wanting that for quite a while. So we should be very happy at what we're seeing. Our offense, I think, will be very good. However, we have to do some work on that line, and we got to get some cohesion too. So we don't have long, and we need to get this work done. Adam, get it done, man. Let's make some moves. Let's get right before the beginning of this year. I don't think we can go into the year counting on Allegretti to be healthy. He's getting hurt too much. And now he's had no off season. We see this with hold-ins and holdouts that injuries come. We need help. Let's get that in the building. Let's make that happen. So we did lose this game, which doesn't matter in the least to anyone that is looking at the game. Through half of that game, you didn't hardly know nobody in the game much past a couple players. So we're just evaluating depth. It don't matter. The two things we've already discussed is all we have to discuss. So this is going to be a short one. So I appreciate y'all joining me right here on the Gridiron Report with David Wright on this Saturday with a loss by our team, but the most important takeaways are defense looking really good even with backups. The center of our defense is letting too much of the run happen, but we had nothing but backups in from the beginning. So that is not what you will see when we hit game one. And offense has to get more push and more hold from the line, so Jaden can just have a second to deliver the ball. So these are the things that our team has to work for this week. And we also see a scrimmage with the Ravens, which will be very important. We'll see much more of our starting cast on the field. It will be interesting. So what do y'all think about it? Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all when y'all join me, and I love hearing what y'all have to say. Please subscribe to the channel. It costs nothing and it helps us a ton. See you next time, right here on the Gridiron Report with David Wright. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see y'all tomorrow, where we'll figure out what we're going to go over. Enjoy your Saturday. Find a good movie, relax, and enjoy your family. Thank you for joining me.